Welcome back to another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle video. For this video, we're going to go ahead and talk about the new or upcoming LR Gohan. I don't know when it's coming out. The Reddit may know. I don't know if they know or not. So go ahead and check out the Dokkan Battle Reddit. Do that anyway, because I always like to plug them. I'm going to be using some of their translations here. Obviously, follow Mr. Pigeon at Hato-sama on Twitter, because he does a lot of this leaks and data mining and stuff like that. So I hope you guys enjoy. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'm going to give you everything that you need to know to stay relevant in this game. That being said, let's take a look at the card art, and then we'll talk about the card in particular based on the translations, and I'll give my general thoughts on him. So he's summonable. So he's the first summonable LR card. I'm not going to talk about too much about what he does. This is just his base. I assume this is the SSR version you summon. And then you get the TUR, which kind of is a copy-paste of the Trunks TUR art from the GT Trunks that just came out. Okay, there. Oh, it loads as soon as I click away, right? Anyways, I think it looks better on the Gohan than it does on the Trunks. Just my opinion. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I think that it looks better on him with the lightning and then the really, really long hair, because obviously the hair is like, it looks different on him. I'm not saying this because I'm a Gohan fanboy, because he's my favorite character. I don't care which version it is of Gohan. I just love Gohan. I don't care if it's glasses Gohan, not doing anything Gohan, just taking care of my daughter Gohan. It is what it is. So I think it looks really good on him, so that's really cool. And then we'll get over to LR Gohan, which this scene, honestly, like, I've said it before. I was talking to my friends about it, and I guess I may not have articulated it too well. A lot of people kind of are indifferent on the art. The art kind of strikes me as solid, I'd say. I don't want to say polarizing, but I'd say solid. I do like it. It kind of just reminds me a little too much of the scene from the anime, because, like, you look at this Gohan one, obviously that's from when they zoomed in on him, and they were waiting for the tournament to start. And then this is from when he blows up Cell. So they're both from the anime. Everything, basically, a lot of the art from this is from the anime, period. I'm pretty sure this is from when he punched a Cell Jr., or Cell, one of the two. Either way, a lot of this stuff is from the anime, but this just looks like it's a flat out, okay, let's screenshot this scene in the anime and apply it to this card. Boom. We're just going to, edit it a little bit and just add it there. So I think that's kind of why it looks a little bit different. And then his icon looks a little different too. What I mean by that is, look at the icon here. So it's kind of silverish, because obviously that's the blue from the lighting of the Kamehameha. So basically, this is Gohan. You summon him, and then he's Super Saiyan 1. Super Saiyan 1 looks funny, but Super Saiyan 2 looks lit. And then the father-son is kind of indifferent. Let me know your thoughts on that. So to awaken him, you will need 77 medals of this. That also means that this guy is a festival unit, and he does have Fierce Battle. So we'll come back to that. First LR with Fierce Battle, apparently. And then also, if you haven't already been enjoying it enough, get back to doing it, because, well, it's on a limit now, but get back to doing it, because you're going to need to get 77 of these guys to awaken this guy. So that tells me that, because they're adding 2 LR cards that require these medals, I believe. I believe Ginyu requires these. And then all the other cards that just rebirth through the Dokkan Battlefield, the virtual battlefield, that's going to become really, really tedious. That being said, I expect some sort of change when it gets out of beta. So just keep your eyes peeled for that. There's going to have to be something, because it's going to get a little too tedious. It's going to take a little bit too much time, or maybe they won't do anything, but I do think that they will implement something, because there's just a little bit too much going on with that as far as that's concerned. All right, now that I've talked to you in regards to the card art and all that stuff, let's go ahead and take a look at what the card actually does. So leader skill. He's an intelligence leader, an intelligence god leader, 3 key, and 90% up for all stats. The previous intelligence leader was Buhan with 20%, and he's not a super intelligence leader, so that means that's still coming. Like, there's going to be a hero variation, and then probably a villain one, similar to the Super Saiyan 4s or the hero variation for AGL and STR. They give 120% to heroes, and then 50 to villains, and 1 key to villains, so it's a little bit different. So I do expect there to be stuff like that aside from this Gohan. But that being said, Gohan's basically like Buhan's big brother, because Buhan gives these exact same things, but 70% instead of the 90. So he's an upgrade on him. Passive skill, attack plus 18% per orb collected. Yes, per orb. That does not mean only intelligence orbs. Once again, units that change orbs, like that Goku, that Android 13, they're very valuable on intelligence, because intelligence has a lot of nukers. So that doesn't mean that you have to sit there and change the whole field. This just means these guys are going to hit really hard regardless. And he also gets 1 key for every orb collected. So basically, those off-color keys, basically, you have noticed you get two keys for same color orbs, excuse me. And you get 1 for orbs that are rainbow and other colors that you don't really prioritize on that unit. So basically, Gohan's going to get 2 key for, like, his intelligence. He's going to get a physical key. He's going to get 2 key from that. And then from the intelligence one, he's going to get 3. So he's going to super really easily. He's going to be an LR card that fits on a team and supers really easily. He's going to be really good. Father Son Kamehameha gives colossal damage and attack increase for 1 turn, question marks. They don't know exactly what it does. 20 key super is SA attack increase. Okay, so he gets some sort of buff on that. I don't know if that's the 50% or whatever it is, but he gets a buff on it. So that's just a little gimmick. It doesn't really matter too much in the context of the card, especially if it's only for 1 turn, which means it would only be for like the ensuing turn or that turn only. So, Link set, Super Saiyan, Kamehameha. Obviously, those were going to be there. Gaze of Respect, which adds relevance to LR Piccolo. And quick note, I purposely left LR Piccolo off of my list, but I did say, or excuse me, I left Gohan off of my video list, which you guys should check that out. I said, hey, these are the best LRs in the game, and I basically left Gohan off of that list because obviously he wasn't out yet, and I didn't want to bunch him in with the free to acquire ones. You know, regardless of how much time it takes, they're free. While he's one that's you're gonna have to summon. So, that being said, these 2 links, Gaze of Respect and Shocking Speed, do link with Piccolo. That adds relevance to Piccolo. So, like I said in that video, Piccolo's going to start to become kind of solid here. It does suck that Piccolo can't hit worth anything, but he will still become pretty solid. Would you run him on a team with Gohan? Don't know. Totally up to you. It comes down to what options you have, but in an optimal circumstance, looking at it from face value as if you have every card in the game, I mean, you're going to look at intelligence and say, we have Gohan, we have Buhan, we have Janemba, we have Vegeta, we have Trunks, and intelligence with all those debuffers, by the way. You only need Janemba. He's the only blocker you really need. But you have him, you have Piccolo, you have the Bardock, which you don't really need too much. You have a whole lot of variable options like Android 13, Orb Changing Goku. You have Super Baby if you want him. You have a lot of options on intelligence. Intelligence is probably, it's going to become this thing with this game, but like before I get back to this, it's going to become this thing where everybody's going to bounce back and forth between, oh, I'm the best team in the game. Oh, I'm now the best team in the game. Oh, I'm now the best. It's just going to keep going because I can tell you right now, when Super Intelligence type comes out, a new leader for intelligence, you know, the new style Neo God, whatever we're calling those things, whenever one of those pops out, the intelligence is just going to get better. You know, Gohan is just a stick in the mud right now. He's a great card, don't get me wrong. It's just, there's going to be another card. There has to be another card to balance this all out that comes in and takes the leader spot, and Gohan becomes a subunit. Like all the other LRs, they kind of just fall in line on a mono team. Gohan becomes that unit too. So then you say, well, we have this new leader. We have Vegeta. Who's really good. Vegeta's always overlooked, but he's really good. Intelligent Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. Trunks is amazing as well. You have Gohan, then you have Piccolo, you have Bardock. You have a lot of options. A lot of options. So ready for war, like I was saying, that's prepare for battle. He has Super Fierce Battle. First LR card with that, and then he has the generic Power of the Legends. I forget what it's called in global, whatever it is. Anyways, attack plus 5,000 when the Super is launched. That's only links with the LR cards, which, once again, him and Piccolo are going to be nice because that's another link that they share. So, you know, like I said in my video, I'm not going to spoil it, but I ranked Piccolo kind of low, but Piccolo has probably the highest window to redeem himself among all the LRs that I ranked, because my 1 and 2 were interchangeable. There really was no 1 or 2. They were just 1A, 1B. It didn't really matter, but, you know, I felt like Piccolo deserved a little bit more than I could have given him, but intelligence is starting to look a little better for him. So, yeah, Shocking Speed, Prepare for Battle, Fierce Battle, Super Saiyan, Kamehameha. Amazing link set. The only ones you really don't prioritize or really utilize, are Gaze of Respect and Power of Legend, which those are 2 optionals. You can keep him linked with Piccolo. He does have this self-sufficiency in that he's able to get more ki per orb collected. That's very valuable. He's the first card to do that in this game. So that's very valuable, meaning that, as his passive says, per orb, if you have 5 or 6 or 7 of those, like, just STR and Rainbow Orbs lined up for you, you can just give him those. He's getting 18% per orb, and he's also getting an additional ki. So he's going to be getting that max power super attack. This guy's a monster. There's really not a drawback to this card. He has no defensive value, sure, but defense has always been, and this is, well, another thing, Piccolo's going to help him out with defense too, because Piccolo gives defense to his allies. So see, like I said, Piccolo starts to become really good. He starts to become really good. It's scary to think that he starts to become really good in the game. But no, he doesn't have the defensive value, but I mean, defense doesn't really particularly matter for the most part in this game. So there's really not a drawback to him. He's going to pop in as one of the hardest hitters in the game because he also has, I believe, the highest ki multiplier in the game now at this point. It's not listed here, but if Dan is credible, he told me what it was, and it's basically the highest ki multiplier. He's also going to have the SA20 ability to get up to SA20, which God forbid trying to get him to SA10 in the first place. And then you factor in the dupe system, he's gonna be a monster. So, and also the 18%. Oh God, this is all the math is gonna kill me. 18% per orb. He already has a base stat of 17,000. Just say 17,000, round it up. Too good. He's going to hit really hard. He's going to be hitting for millions of damage. He's going to be too good. So, anyways, this is just kind of the way Dokkan's going. Like I said, lower cost 77 is different. It's just probably so it's easier for lower ranked people to fit him onto a team. It's just the way the game's going. It's going to become a power creep game, and it's done it before. We've seen it before. It's going to keep doing that same cycle. Just the only way to keep people summoning in the game. That's just the hard reality of it. It's not just this game that does it. Most games do it. So, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Nonetheless, subscribe if you are new. As I said, you will need to acquire the medals right here from playing Dokkan Battlefield. Dokkan Battlefield is in beta until next month, meaning you can only do it 3 times a day. You can start stocking up now. But that being said, regardless, you're going to have fun with that. Just try to enjoy it. It can be tedious. I know it can. Just do your 3 times a day when it knocks out a beta, and we'll see what happens, you know. But you also need to get to 150, rank 150 to be able to do that. I have a video on my channel titled The Fastest Way to Rank Up in Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. I implore you to check that out to figure out the fastest way to get to rank 150, at least to start doing this if you're interested in the Gohan. So anyways, let me know your thoughts on the video down below. Let me know your thoughts on the Gohan card, any optimal teams you can run him on, because he's going to be running on intelligence. He's going to be running on heroes, because heroes is still a viable thing. So is villains, of course, but heroes is still viable. And of course, there's going to be another leader for intelligence. And this is kind of different because now we're looking at LR cards in a different light. Now that we've started acquiring them via summons, that means they can have fierce battle, which they kind of could have had it all along anyway. But now we're going to start seeing better LR cards. The LR cards are going to really start becoming really good, because up until this point, LR cards were, they were just meh. There were things that you could pass on. They may have been really good, but you didn't need them. Now they're going to start to become the best cards in the game, which they probably should have been from the jump because of their rank in the game being LR cards. So anyways, have an awesome day. Thanks for tuning in. And yeah, peace out.